see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sun.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Brian, and today is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024, and this is episode 633 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled, They Did What? I will be chatting about a couple Facebook posts and the fallout in the comments that I was looking at yesterday, more townie info, and some good old boys get dinner, and much, much more. Let's check in with the coffee crew, see who's hanging out in the live chat, grab a cup of coffee and hang out for about an hour. Good morning, folks. Just trying to see about, it's there. Just looking over at Noster, trying to roll this over on Noster and see if it's going to work. Did some testing yesterday. Worked okay. Changed some settings. I'm going to see if this if it helps the choppiness. Jim, I see you're over there commenting over on Noster. If you would let me know if that's choppy or not. Probably on YouTube, best way. It's going to be really hard until I get some more monitors going on to get the chat from Noster also up on the screen, but doesn't feed into my normal back end on StreamYard. So you Noster boys aren't putting it in my back end. I gotta take it separately. So good morning. With that, let's see who's out in the chat early. Pip in 3:35 in the morning was wondering what they did. He's got a couple guesses. Got a tramp stamp tattoo. Changed an old dude's prescriptions around. That's kind of messed up, dude. And the Dollhouse people filed a class action against the bar with noise and hostile living environments. Interesting thought. Job interview for Gingerbread Farms today at 8. Can't be here for the whole show. Hey, good luck. Is it a driving job or is it something else? And I'm going to save that one for later because this is one of my favorite days of the year. I always mess up on this day. Morning Rewilder Life. Thanks for hanging out. Jim, as always, made sure his all good there. Nice. I changed the settings and it looks like it's going to stream. It was super choppy yesterday. So we will see how that goes. I'll talk about Noster also, but good morning, Jim. Cormac, how we doing? Backwoods Butcher, Hunter hanging out over on Twitch. We got the new ProWare over here. We got Noster leading the line, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, and we dropped off the screen. We dropped Facebook, X, Odyssey, and Noster. Or let's see, Facebook, X, Odyssey, and Telegram are the other places. We got 8 solid lives, 8 solid locations for the lives. I think good morning, Hanging Laundry, how we doing? Pip says he took a peek on Noster and didn't see the live. I think it's up there now, man. What client does everybody use? Anybody that's in the chat that uses Noster, I'm curious what client you use. I used Amethyst, and there's a really nice spot right at the bottom that you can pull up one of the tabs along the bottom, and Amethyst on your phone will bring up community posts, lives, all sorts of stuff like that, and it popped right up there. So that's cool. Got it on my phone over here. Jim's got it on Amethyst over on Noster. And yeah, cool. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how much I'll be able to pay attention to it over there. Hey, Jim, just so you know, if you zap over on Noster, it's going to show up right here on the main screen. I added that in. All fancy technology, me. Watch that. We'll look at that. Gingerbread says more driving back to fuel propane. Could be worse, man. Could be worse for sure. What is in the cup today? Let's get to it. What's in the cup? I got GSD, finished up my finished up my breakfast blend yesterday. I don't think this refreshed. It's not working. Finished up my breakfast blend. There's Jim with 333 sats. Thank you, Jim. Breakfast blend finished up yesterday. So the breakfast blend finished up. I was hoping to get enough for a Bob blend, a Bob press yesterday, but man, I was like 3 grams short. And on the Bob press, I mean, I can wait. I have plenty of pounds of coffee to roll with. I'm excited to do that Bob blend every day or every time it comes up. It's usually about, I would have to say, every 4 to 5 pounds of coffee I drink, I get a bonus, like just rando press. And they're always interesting. As you drink coffee and you develop the ability, even a minimal ability, to taste a little bit of the difference between the beans, when you get something that's just like this super random post blend, it gets interesting. So I'm always excited to do that, but I'm gonna have to wait another pound for sure. It'll be a nice mix of, I'm guessing, some GSD breakfast blend, some light Colombian, and Peruvian. I would have to think back to over the pounds. But good morning, Blakesley Acres. In the cup today, we moved on to some GSD, just like James. James, Gingerbread Farms, loves that GSD. I love the GSD. It was the first coffee blend that we came up with over at Food Forest Farms. I've been drinking it ever since. It's a little higher caffeinated. It without adding any caffeine, we went with a highly caffeinated bean and roasted it really light for the majority of it, and then a little medium roast added in to balance out the flavor and build it up a little bit. And it's solid, and it definitely gives you a little extra pop compared to most other coffees. So if you ever want to try it, head over to foodforestfarms.com and that big old smash the get coffee now, buy now button, and put in lots 10 for 10% off. One-time coupon lots 10, and always free shipping over at foodforestfarms.com. So Jim says there's about a 5-second delay versus YouTube and over on Noster, and that is even better than yesterday. Yesterday was about a 10-second delay. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if you're watching on both, there's probably something wrong. Farm says C4. Yeah, C4 is where it's at. Soon, hopefully sooner rather than later, C4 will be the only way you can get Food Forest Farms coffee, or through a C4 member. Under 50 spots left in that awesome club that Brian's putting together, monthly coffee shipment. And I mean, I can't even go into how good a deal it is. So check it out. Backwoods Butcher says, I don't remember the last time I was on Noster. That's because you are yeah, never mind. Won't go there. That's probably could have been a huge, if you had stuck with it and you had followed what you were doing to grow your audience there from a year ago. And it's been about a year since we all popped over onto Noster for a little bit with well, it's weird. It's weird. Jack kind of jumped on the Noster train right about the time Josh and I did. And then there was an influx of people. It was kind of funny. It was right around that time. So it was good. It's a solid group of people. I definitely enjoy the positivity and the constructiveness of the platform and the people there, as opposed to other social medias and on. And that's on the list today. Gingerbread Farm says scrambling won't even tell you how good C4 is. It's a surprise. Oh yeah, it is. C4 is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It looks like Noster might be getting kind of jumpy. Looks like Noster might be getting kind of jumpy. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm using a service to stream there where I'm streaming per sats per minute. So I'm gonna definitely put it out there and oh, I am fine. It must be my connection then. Must be my connection. Sweet. I have to stream to a site that then forwards it to Noster, and it's going to cost me like 10 sats a minute, I think. So I figure with pre and post show looking at a solid 75 minutes a day. So I'm going to try to pre-fund it for a while out of some value for value I've gotten over on Fountain. I'm going to probably pre-fund it for a couple weeks. I'll stream there, and then it's going to have to become self-sustaining at that point. Obviously, streaming to Noster for the first time today, I'm not expecting to cover my nut, but at some point there's going to have to be it's not going to be a benefit to stream it there. So we'll see. We will see how it goes. Pickle P said the benefits we don't talk about are the shit. Yeah, if you hang out with Brian in person, you get benefits, if you know what I mean. He's got soft hands. Oh man. So that's Noster. I'm excited to be going there. I really like the platform. On the top of my list today was some Facebook bullshit. Some good and some bad, I guess. Some good and some bad. Good morning, K-Bonk. How we doing? The biggest thing, yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it a little bit. It's Valentine's Day, guys. Before I forget, it's VD. It's Valentine's Day. If you are sitting in this chat and you forgot, you got a savior. I am your savior. Text your wife, text your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, or whatever, whoever you're snuggling up to at night, and be sure to wish them give them a VD if you haven't yet. It's Valentine's Day. Don't forget. That was just on the top of my notes. I already got my Valentine's Day wishes in, and Corey and I went out and had Valentine's dinner last night to beat the rush in the only place in town to eat today. Facebook yesterday. So Facebook yesterday made me realize two things. One was I have completely forgot about politics. Checked out, said, fuck it, I don't care. It's going to be Pickle Pete, did I just save your ass? No, good morning, Seattle today. Pickle Pete's got to run to the convenience store for some silk roses and a 40 or something. So I was on Facebook yesterday. It made me realize that I am completely dipped out of politics, and B, there are other people out there like me, and they don't necessarily not say what they're thinking. Like I try to hold my tongue on social media quite a bit, because I learned a long time ago that arguing on social media is kind of like pissing into a stiff breeze. All you do is get piss on yourself. So the first post was a friend of mine friend of mine from a long time ago, from high school, actually from probably before, probably primary school, I would say, way back, met, old friend. We've crossed paths many times. We obviously went through school together. We played sports together, and then we've kind of crossed paths back and forth, um, on and off over the years. And so we've been out of high school for going on 30 years now. So, we've known each other for a long time. And I appreciate the guy because we are totally polar opposite spectrum as far as political ideology. He has stayed pretty steadfast, and I have gone away from it. But at the height of our conversations, I was pretty conservative. He's definitely liberal, which is fine. We make it work, and it's great. It's a great relationship to have because we can discuss things without being pissed off at each other. One of the reasons I like to read his posts is because he's level-headed and he's fair. He'll accept your point. Pickle Pete says if you ran from the cops together in a field, that's a friend. Maybe. So he's always willing to discuss a point. We never hold a grudge. We understand that we have different opinions going in, and neither one of us is going to change each other's mind. But we like to have the conversation. Now, the conversation has changed greatly over the years because I have gone away from politics and he is still in it. I don't necessarily know if he is still that far into it, or if he's kind of bowing out, because his post yesterday made me chuckle. And it also made me realize how checked out I am. Because he posted something about, is anyone else worried about Grandpa? Because I'm worried about Grandpa. And I know that he doesn't have any grandparents. So I was like, he must be talking about old Sleepy Joe. He must be talking about Sleepy Joe. Pickle Pete says, sounds like my buddy Steve. He's a fucking commie, but a good human when he's not in his shit. Yeah, my buddy is a solid human being for sure. And so I was like, huh, he must be talking about old Sleepy Joe. And he's concerned. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I pop in the comments. And there was a healthy mix. He's got a healthy mix of friends, both right and left, and me. But the majority, I would say, are left to hard left. So you even get the spectrum within the left sphere. He's got the people that are like old school blue collar worker Democrats, all the way to cutting your dick off and calling yourself a girl Democrats, all of it. So I'm reading the comments and the people arguing over whether he is too senile to be president or just senile enough. The people that are saying, well, he might be senile, but at least he's not Trump. And I'm sitting here going, you would rather have a senile man than a not senile man running your country. Interesting priorities. The thing that got me, though, and the thing that made me realize that I dipped out, you guys probably know all this. I don't know this, but did they just fast track old Sniffy Joe right into the nomination? Did they just fast track him? Was there no primary? Was there a primary and they just said don't bother because we're putting him in? Gingerbread Farm says, "Why is it a binary question?" I don't know. I don't know, but they did. My buddy was actually very, very inquisitive and questioning of the people that were like anything but Trump kind of bullshit. But it sounds like the Democrats didn't even give anybody a chance other than old Sniffy Joe, Sleepy Sniffy Joe. If Joe Biden falls asleep on somebody's shoulder, can we assume that he fell asleep and he's not sniffing them, or do we have to assume that he's sniffing them, or does it depend if it's a young girl or a adult male? I don't know. Pickle P says they set him up to take him out. Kamala the cocksuckers on her way into the Oval Office, and it's going to be Billy Clinton part due, but in reverse. Canadian Farm said sounds like you need to build a northern wall. Is that to keep us out of Canada or to keep you guys in? Is that to keep the Canadians out, or are they insane for wanting to come here? Or do you guys have just as much of a shit show up there? I read a popular opinion the other day that we won't have another election. The signals from the Democrats are signaling that like it doesn't matter. Like we could Pickle Pete says, when I get that old, I hope my wife drugs me daily as well. What a bunch of bullshit that is. How does Jill Biden sleep at night knowing she's parading her husband? Well, I guess it's just a fake fucking marriage, just like all of politics. But like, if you truly love someone, you've been with them for that long, how do you parade them out in front of them at like this? Like, he's not making that decision. He's not saying, Jill, I really still want to be president. Free Wilder Life says bank account. It's a business deal. Degenerate gambler Pickle Pete says he's putting a 50-50 odds on if there's going to be an election this year, but he's willing to take the action. Can I get 100 on no election? Can I get 100 on no election? No, thank you. I don't give a shit. It's all fake. The rules are made up. So I realized I was so far out of the loop on politics. I didn't even know that they were close enough that it was down to 2. Like, I didn't know that the tournament was over and that they were down to the last 2. Hunter says, how did I become an extra in someone else's fever dream? Oh no. Gingerbread Farm says devil's advocate. He always wanted to be president, so she's letting him continue to be president, even though he doesn't know what is going on, because at least he's living his dream. But is he really? And is the I mean, I obviously understand that he's not he's not running anything. I hope not. Mike says, I'm confident there will be an election. I'm not confident it will be fair. No election would likely be the catalyst of civil war. That's an interesting thought to contemplate, Mike. Never has that crossed my mind. Maybe like maybe like a scenario where there might be an open flood of people coming across the border, and they're stockpiled in every city across the country, and maybe there isn't maybe there's more some more flu bug going around, and maybe there's things that go on, and it's just too dangerous because there's going to be immigration riots in all the major cities, and we're not going to be able to get to the polls. Maybe we're going to have to suspend the election. I don't know. Don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Oh. Blakesley Acre says, has everyone seen? No. If you have to ask if everyone has seen it, I have not. Has everyone seen the former BLM leader is now supporting Trump? Weird. Trump's a Democrat. Always has been. What if the election thing were the Rhode Island chapter or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Is that the one? Wasn't there a BLM leader that was she was supposedly white? Rachel the hell was her last name? Rachel Dolezal. There's a blast from the past for you. Wasn't she like the supposed BLM person that was actually white, or she did blackface or something and no one cared? I don't know. Anyway, that was my realization from Facebook on post 1. Post 2 made me realize that I'm not alone. You are not alone. One thing I follow on Facebook is a lot of full-time RVing groups, nomad groups. I try to promote my videos. Excuse me. I try to promote my videos over there. I try to promote whatever videos, affiliate links, things like that. And every once in a while, I'll pick up a tip, but they're pretty basic. They're pretty basic conversations, things, normally things that I feel that people should know before they start doing this, before they take off, before they even buy their rig. This is something that these are things that usually come up that I think should be already knowledge. They should know these things. So I a lot of times get, sorry, I'm looking up the comment that I want to share with you guys. I saved it for myself so I didn't mess it up. There it is. Okay. So there's usually I get frustrated. I get frustrated. Definitely get frustrated seeing people asking questions. They're on the road and they have no idea anything about their rig, anything about their equipment. And I don't want to comment because I don't want to be a dick. Even though I know in my heart I am at a lot of times. I restrain myself just to stay in the groups, not to discourage anybody. But a lot of times, Gingerbread said this from the guy who teased us for 2 weeks about cleaning your wood stove glass with ash, as everyone knows that. Not everyone knows that, dude. You would not believe the messages and the thank yous I got when people were like, huh, never thought of that. I'm talking about basic things like my where do I get air pressure? So here was the comment yesterday, or the post. The post yesterday was, this person is obviously traveling by looking at their posts, looking at their profile, looking at this. So they've obviously been on the road. Says, I just stopped at Love's and I need to get 80 psi in my tires, but the pump will only put them up to 70. And first of all, I'm like, is this the first time you've checked your tires and you've been on the road? Because we check ours at least before we leave and monitor them the whole way. Yeah. So you've never filled your tires before. And obviously, like I knew the answer. Like you go to the truck lanes, where the trucks need higher psi. You go to the unregulated air hoses that aren't by the vehicle tires because people are too stupid to fill their vehicle tires to the proper psi, so they have to regulate them so they'll blow their tires up. So people started answering, you got to go to the truck lanes. You got to go to the truck lanes. So that was the simple answer. I kept reading the comments a little bit just to see if somebody lit this guy up, because a lot of times people light him up like, why don't you know this? Like, you're living full time in an RV. Why? These are full-time RVing groups. They these aren't like weekend warriors. These are specifically full-timer groups. Pickle P says, yeah, every 3-year tire check, he's good. Yep. So I'm waiting for somebody to tear into this guy, and there's like 60 comments, 70 comments. I get down about halfway down the list, and this gentleman said exactly what I wanted. He says, and we have one, the same thing. He says, a Viair portable air compressor is your answer. He says, and this is the thing I want to scream at everyone that posts these stupid things. And I might just copy and paste it and use it as a stock. Like, here you go. Here's your sign. He says, successful RV traveling requires self-sufficiency, especially for something as basic as tire pressure. And I read it, and it was so simple. But it was spot on. The dude was spot on. How do you go live in a trailer with everything you know and haul it down the road and do all of this, and you can't even fill your tires? I went through a decision-making process of which air compressor I was bringing with me, not months into my journey going to Love's, not figuring out where I can't get the 80 psi air. So, man, what is wrong with people? Well, just go. Just do it. Don't worry about it. I'll go to the RV park. They'll help me. Pip says, is there an app for that? Dude, you guys should see some of these questions. I know Kerry Brown on his Friday Night Live is going to start doing interactions on Marketplace. I should start digging into some of the questions and answers on some of these all full-time RV groups on Facebook. You guys would be amazed. You guys would definitely be amazed. So that was my Facebook interaction for the day yesterday. It was interesting for sure. Yeah, the infighting from the Democrats, the liberals, I guess it would be liberals, because not all of them would claim to be Democrats, but the infighting about Sleepy Joe, and whether Sleepy Joe is fit for Chris Dixon said that, there it is, you said it, someone will help me. It is like we placate to the stupid. We answer the stupid questions instead of being like, you should have known better, and here's your solution, so go away. And then block anything asking the same thing and say, use the search function. I don't know. It's pretty easy. No, they're fighting over the candidate. I mean, that kind of always happens, but yeah, Facebook was Facebook was a winner yesterday for sure. Pip put this one in the comments earlier. I started up. Oop. I started the wrong one. Guys, it's Ash Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday. Hit that real quick. It is VD for use of us that joined in late. Hang Laundry said, "Did Sleepy Joe have a new gaff or what?" No, I just realized I was just informed or got the information that Sleepy Joe, they just chose him for the candidate, and my friends were some of my friends were arguing over whether he's too senile to run, if it should be concerning his age and his mental capacity at this point, with 4 more or 5 more years to go. That's all Hanging Laundry, just the normal shit. But I talked about VD earlier. If you joined us late and you don't have anything or haven't talked to anything or have no plans or didn't even know, it's Valentine's Day, and don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble going forward. But it is also one of my favorite holidays of the year. Always embarrassed today. I probably won't happen today. Oh, it might. We're pretty thick with the. I don't know if it'll happen around here. I don't know if I'm going to be leaving the trailer today, but it is also Ash Wednesday, guys. And as a bartender, and as a daytime bartender for a long time, for probably 4 or 5 years straight, working daytime during the week, every year there was one person I would tell that they had shit on their face, until I realized it was Ash Wednesday. Hey, if you're walking around today, if you're out in public today and you see somebody with some shit on their forehead, don't tell them. Don't let them know there's crap on their face, because they will either look at you like a heathen or say it's Ash Wednesday, didn't you know? Like, you got some dude on your forehead. I don't like, you do you. I don't care. Like mustard. Exactly. I mean, if somebody must have thought it was fucking Ash Wednesday when I went to the baseball game, and they wouldn't tell me I had mustard on my face. They were worried about offending me, that it was my religion that I had a mustard streak from the corner of my mouth to my ear. I get in trouble for telling people they got a little bit of dab on their forehead. I was like from here to here, and no one was said a damn thing. Corey's in the back fucking chuckling. She says because they thought I was retarded. I mean, yeah, I can see where they would get that picture. The situation and all. And me. Hunter. I love it, Hunter. Mike Homestead says he may be unopposed, but candidates aren't selected until the conventions. Oh, okay. When is that? Is that in the summer? Is that like do they have that around SummerSlam, and then do the election around the WrestleMania? Is that close to the same schedule? Hunter says, funny that the sign of the cross goes on the forehead right over the third eye. Your chakras are going to be all out of a line, and you're not going to be able to see out of your inner self. Hagen Laundry says, I always tell people that have food on their face, but I'm more selective with those with boogers out their nose. I got a booger catcher here. Always got shit. I got shit. I saved dinner for later. Corey's always looking at me. She's like, you got shit in your fucking beard. Like, snack. More than once. More than once, I've taken it and eaten it. I mean, like I was eating it before. Why not now? Oh, I'm guessing it's July. Mike says no idea when it is. I don't follow it. Wrestling or politics or both. I don't know. I don't know. So Ash Wednesday, guys, be wary. Be wary. If you're Catholic and you're gonna go get the ash and the dirt rubbed on your forehead, don't take offense. I don't care. You can do it, and I'm happy that you have something you have faith in and you believe in. It's no slam against you. It's just that I'm an idiot and I routinely forgot about something that I don't participate in and got shit over it when I was just trying to help people out. So it is what it is. Pip said earlier he was guessing he was guessing what they did what the title of today's episode. He nailed it with choice number 2. And I don't know if it's class action. I can't say if it's class action or not, but last night I stopped into the gas station and talked to the sister, the actual owner, part owner of the bar across the street, and found out that there is definitely a lawsuit going on. Don't know which side. I have to believe that it is, just from what she told me, and I didn't go into it too far with her, and I don't know if she actually knew. Like, it sounded like she was just like, when do I show up type of thing. But from what I can gather, they are probably getting sued by the yard art people, I think. And I think that's why they're closing. She told me they're 30 to 40 grand out of pocket already for legal fees. And I can see why, with only being open 4 days a week and the fullness of the parking lot, I can see where 30 to 40 grand out of pocket for lawyers would put a damper on being able to stay open. I think. So we will see. We will see. Chris Dixon. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Chris made me feel so much better. Ash Wednesday, it's Lent, the beginning of Lent and all that, it says only the best Catholics go to the bar after. To be fair, it was a restaurant and most of them were just eating lunch. Oh. Rewilder Life says, yes, it's so important for Hallmark to remind you to tell your significant other you love and appreciate them. Yes. Along with Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day, and every other holiday, we decide to buy people presents because we are told to do it on that day. If you love somebody, if you appreciate them, if they bring value to your life, if you want to show them you're thinking of them, fucking buy them something on a random Tuesday. Give them a gift on a random Thursday. We've gotten to a point where it's expected. It's expected on Valentine's Day and Christmas, and it just makes it an exchange at that point. I love you, you love me, let's give each other fucking presents. Why don't we just hand each other fucking money? Do it on a random Tuesday. It probably means more. Pickle Pete says he's battling a Karen, and the Pierce County zoning department just filed an appeal yesterday, $1,000 a day fine for having a campground on his vacant 10-acre property. So now he doesn't have a campground, just a blackberry farm. Hanging Laundry says, I always imagine all the pink and red stuffed bears in the landfill. Oh, man. I used to remember walking through all the fucking roses outside the bar on my way out. Some of the bars I worked at had the people that walked around with the flowers and sold them in the bar at night. And all the drunk ass guys would buy their prospective prospects flowers. And then all the women, the drunk women, would see the flowers and be all excited. You need to buy me a rose. Ah! All fucking drunk and pukey. And then they would make it outside and they just all get thrown in the parking lot. Come last calls at 4 a.m. I'm coming out right about sunrise and walking through all the piles of fucking roses everybody threw in the fucking parking lot. Oh, Jim says every month there's a holiday to get you to spend. I don't. I love my wife. Corey, I love you. I just said it on the public airwaves here. She replied and she said she loves me too. So got it, guys. Wilder Life says maybe it's a homeless plantation, not a campground. No, you don't want to say that in Seattle. You don't want to say it would be full really fast. Chris Dixon, my wife had the perfect answer to what she got for VD. What she got when you gave her VD, is that what you said? A mortgage, food, and a warm bed. Her friends don't even bring it up anymore. I can't say anything else. I can't say anything else. Pickle Pete, did you get that TikTok I sent you? Corey shared it with me. The light up walking tour over in East Tennessee. I think that would just be a phenomenal thing for you to do. It's not a campground. We just have a walking tour to view the lights, and at that point it's too dark and late, and we don't think it's safe for people to drive home. So we give them accommodations to bring sleeping arrangements so that it's not dangerous for them to travel down the roads when they are too tired. They didn't pay for camping, sir. They just paid for their ticket to go look at the lights in the trees. Oh man. I sent it to you, asshole. No, send it. I sent it to you. That's why I asked if you saw it. I literally, the words out of my mouth were, hey, Pickle Pete, did you see the thing that I sent you? Jesus. Oh, I had to use Discord yesterday. I hate Discord. I hate it. 16 things to fucking log in, to get 8 million login attempts and freaking notifications, and you've been tagged 14 different times and all these things with all these alerts, and yeah. When a company's only customer service is on Discord, I guess it's not a company. I guess he's not. I'll send it to you again, Brian. Don't worry. Yeah, I had to use Discord to help figure out the streaming to Noster. Yeah. Why are people so obsessed with that bullshit? It just seems like a shitload of unnecessary clicks. Figure out how to use a search function, and it all the problems go away. I don't need everything categorized. Just let me use the search function. And if you're going to, the whole argument with Telegram is like, can't ever find anything on Telegram. If you're going to Telegram for reference, you're missing like 98.9% of the reference materials on the internet. Hanging Laundry says I don't get Discord. I hesitantly go there when it's the only option to get in touch with someone I have a question about something. And unfortunately in the emerging technology space, in the like Noster developers and the developer space, and a lot of in the blockchain and cryptocurrency world, they gravitate towards Discord. Rewilder Life says I deleted Discord. It sent my ADHD into overdrive, and maybe that's what maybe that's why I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't. I don't find the draw. I don't like the user interface. I don't like. Yeah. I don't know. Don't worry. Don't search on. Hey, Brian, don't waste your time searching. I'll send it to you later. I know exactly where it is. Huh? Corey sent it to you. She loves me so much. She's listening in the other room and handling my my admin work for me. Jesus. Got time for another. We went out last night. Like I said, we went out for dinner for Valentine's Day. We went to El Portillo, Mexican for Valentine's Day. We wanted to beat the rush tonight. I'm guessing it's going to be full because it's the only restaurant in town, and in the surrounding towns. So Hunter said Discord is good for screen share and voice chat. Wait, hold on a second before we talk about El Portillo. Hanging Laundry says my son's girlfriend in high school demanded a bouquet of roses on Valentine's Day. Unreal. She could demand to get the fuck out of this relationship then. How about that? No, I would look at my son and be like, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't buy it and see what happens. Probably for the best. But she loves me. She loves your money. She loves appearances. She's a high school girlfriend. Get the fuck out. So we went to El Portillo. We were having a good dinner, and some gentlemen came in and sat down next to us. Some gentlemen. I didn't get a real good look at them. Didn't really care. Corey and I were just having a conversation. They were talking to where we could hear them. And Corey and I it was almost like we got dinner in a show. It was like we went to a comedy show. We went out for Valentine's dinner for burritos and quesadillas, and we got a comedy show too. We first of all could only get first half of the conversation because the other guy literally, I almost got my phone out and tried to record it. He sounded like Boomhauer. Like, if you've seen King of the Hill, if you have seen King of the Hill and you know what Boomhauer sounds like, that's what half of this conversation sounded like. It was fantastic. But the other topics of conversation were the fact that he was having trouble with a the first topic of the subject was is trying to sell a truck, or it seemed like possibly some inheritance situation and selling a vehicle and all of this. And we started talking about serial numbers on bumpers and fenders, and we had the serial number memorized. it sounded like a pretty sweet ride. Then they started talking about taking it to the funeral, and it got weird there, and I tried not to listen. The thing that piqued my interest the most about the conversation, though, is Mexican restaurant run by Mexicans. Um, routinely will have a new server. We'll have a new server come to the table, usually with another server. The accompanying server, I'm trying to be nice about this. The accompanying server usually speaks probably under 50 words of English. The new server I would put in there at probably under 5 words. So I have a picture of someone possibly in a caravan coming to imaginary line that they may be putting up and taking down barbed wire on, possibly walking through an opening or through the gate and being transported north. Um, dropped her here with relatives, and she's working. So this tiny little thing, I don't know. I couldn't tell if she was just small in stature or like 12. Corey, what did you think? Corey says she was an adult. That's good because the next part of the story. So she came over to the table next to us, and she looks terrified. And Corey and I talked about how terrifying would it be to come to a new country, to not speak any word of English, and the first thing you have to do is walk up to tables with people there and interact with them. Um, this has got to be terrifying. It's got to be terrifying. The look on these girls' faces when they walk up to the table, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, they look scared shitless. The people here are pretty nice, but you ever get those people when someone doesn't speak the language, or a lot of the times when they're like deaf or blind for some reason, people talk to them like they're retarded. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, she just doesn't speak English. She's not fucking retarded. So these guys are talking to her like, oh, it's okay, da 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 da, all this stuff. And they walk away. They get back to their conversation about the truck or the car that they were talking about. And all of a sudden, the one guy goes, man, she's hot. And the other one's like, yup. And for some reason, Corey and I just started chuckling. And then they started blowing their nose with a handkerchief, and it was like a fucking trumpet going off. And for the next like 10 minutes, Corey and I are just like 4-year-olds over in our booth just chuckling. She's hot. Like, what a predator. It sounded, oh man. That's why I had to ask Corey if the girl if she was actually 12 or if she looked like an adult, because it would have got really bad if she was 12. Really, really bad. Anyway, I love seeing the progress. I love seeing the progress of the servers. Corey and I were actually talking about the server that we had that last night that well, actually they kind of like group weight on the tables, but one of the servers we interacted with, Dixon says that's the redneck mating call. One of the servers that we had last night, it's really cool to watch him learn English. I would say 6 months ago, when he was our server, very, very, very broken English. Very nice, very soft-spoken, was very unsure of himself when he would speak. He's solid now. Super, like, very, very fluent, and really enjoyable to talk to. But yeah, going in there and listening to the local folks. It's always fun. It's always fun. Oh, it's Valentine's Day, guys. I got to get out of here. And get wrapped up. I hope Noster is working fine. I'll have to follow up with Jim and whoever else watched over there. I have a little thing here that tells me how many people are watching at any time, and it's Jim. It's Jim. Only Jim's over there. I didn't know if it was going to work, if it was going to still be laggy. I didn't want to send a bunch of people over there, but I think I'm going to keep trying it. I'm going to keep evaluating it. If it needs some tweaks and adjustments, we'll do that. But I'll keep going for a while. We'll see if we can build it as a thing over there. I really do like the value for value option there without any skim from YouTube. Yeah, it is what it is. Hunter says I can't do the chat while I'm driving, otherwise I'd be there. Yeah. I'll have to see. Gonna continue for a while. We'll see. Chris Dixon says I was going to try it, but I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I have to figure out all the different clients and all the different ways to access it, or if it is just easiest to go to zap.stream and find me at the top there, or if it's in some of the clients. So that is to be explored, and we'll cover it. We'll keep going. I'm guessing probably through February. I'll try to keep tweaking it a little bit, and then try to ramp it up in March. See what happens, and then if we have to drop it, we have to drop it, and go from there. Anyway, it's a fantastic day. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Oh, guys, it's Hump Day. It's Ass Day. I mean, Ash Wednesday. Ass Wednesday. It's VD. Man, there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on today. Check out Kyle. Check out the Meet the Critters Telegram group to see what I mean. Making bacon. Guys, have an awesome Valentine's Day. Have an awesome Hump Day. I appreciate you listening. If you enjoyed the show, it's always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to return value for value. Please consider joining the YouTube membership tiers or hitting me up over on Noster with a zap and get your zap right on the screen up there. Other than that, you can return value for value on listening on platforms like Podverse and Fountain.fm. You can visit thelotsproject.com to check out all my information, find all my social media, and all that fun stuff, recommended products, partner companies, discount codes, and the such. Hey, make it through the Hump Day. We'll be on the downslide tomorrow. Chris says, make your appointments for the clinics early because they will be full tomorrow and the rest of the week. Have a good day, guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow.